Look at your phone right now. What is the first notification you see? Is it a warm story about a rescued puppy? Or is it a headline about a terrible crash, a failing economy, or a political war? If you are like most people, it is bad news. And here is the shocking part. You clicked on it. Data shows that bad news gets 30% more clicks than good news. Every single negative word in a headline increases the click rate by 2.3%. We complain that the media is too negative. We say we want peace. But our actions say something else. Why do we secretly enjoy bad news? There is a dark secret hidden in your brain. You will realize that you are not just watching the news. The news is playing a game with your mind, and you are letting it win. To understand why you click on bad news today, we have to travel back thousands of years. Imagine two early humans living in the wild. Human A is an optimist. He wakes up, looks at the bright sun, and thinks, "What a beautiful day. Look at those pretty flowers." Human B is a pessimist. He wakes up, hears a rustle in the bushes, and thinks, "That is a tiger. It wants to eat me." One day, there really is a tiger in the bushes. Human A gets eaten. Human B runs away and survives. Human B is your ancestor. Scientists call this the negativity bias. Your brain is hardwired to look for danger because in the ancient world, ignoring danger meant death. Enjoying the sunshine did not keep you alive. Spotting the threat did. Today, there are no tigers in your living room. But your brain still uses the exact same system. When you scroll through social media, your brain views every bad headline as a potential tiger. You don't read bad news because you are a mean person. You read it because your brain is trying to keep you safe. Here is where it gets strange. Watching bad news actually makes your body feel good in a weird way. When you read a scary headline, your brain releases a stress hormone called cortisol, along with adrenaline. Your heart beats faster. Your eyes open wider. You are instantly awake. It is the exact same feeling you get on a roller coaster. You feel the rush of danger, but you are sitting safely on your sofa. You get the thrill of a crisis without any of the real physical pain. Then comes the best part, relief. When you see a house fire on the news, a quiet voice inside your head says, "Thank goodness, that is not my house." When you hear about someone losing their job, you think, "At least I still have mine." Psychologists call this downward social comparison. Looking at someone else's terrible day makes your normal boring day feel much better. It is a guilty pleasure we never admit out loud. Now, let's talk about the people who make millions of dollars from your brain. News companies and media apps. They know your brain loves danger, so they feed it to you on purpose. Think about how news was reported 50 years ago. A presenter read the facts for 30 minutes at night, and then the TV turned off. Today, news is a 24-hour business. Apps get paid every single time you click. If they show you a story about a happy family, you close the app and go to sleep. They lose money. But if they show you a story that makes you angry or scared, you stay awake, you keep scrolling, you share it with your friends. Bad news is not just information anymore. It is an addiction. Scientists ran an experiment with laboratory mice. They gave the mice a lever. If the mice pushed the lever, they got food sometimes, but other times they got a tiny shock. You would think the mice would stop pushing it, right? No. The unpredictability made them crazy. They kept slamming the lever over and over again. Your smartphone is that lever. Every time you open a news app, you don't know if you will see something neutral or something shocking. That uncertainty hooks your brain just like a slot machine in a casino. So what does all this bad news actually do to your life? You might think, "I am just staying informed. It doesn't hurt me." But it does. When you consume negative news every day, your brain suffers from mean world syndrome. You begin to believe the world is far more dangerous, evil, and hopeless than it actually is. You stop trusting your neighbors. You feel anxious about the future. You feel helpless because you are reading about massive global problems that you cannot fix from your bedroom. You are drinking poison every day and wondering why you feel sick. Now you know the truth. You look at bad news because your ancient brain is looking for tigers. You click because your body likes the sudden rush of adrenaline. And big companies use that fear to keep your eyes glued to their screens. You are not broken for enjoying bad news. You are just human. But here is the final question you need to ask yourself today. If your brain is constantly looking for danger to survive, who is actually controlling your life? You or the algorithm? Tonight, when you feel the urge to check one last terrible headline before bed, put the phone down. The world will keep spinning without your panic. Take back control of your mind.